Yo, you know what's crazy about life? Life really is a marathon. That shit ain't a race. Let the motherfuckers run, yo. Let them waste their time, sweat. It's too hot outside, yo. It's too hot. I pay for the AC and shit. Yo. Anyways, yo. Some people really do take the stairs, right? When you take the stairs, you see everything, yo. You see every fucking thing in the stairs. You ever take the stairs in the hood, yo? In the projects, yo? In the projects, yo, it depends on what steps you take, what stairwell you take. It be some shit. But anyways, yo, some people take the elevator because the stairwell is crazy sometimes. Depending on what year, decade, I don't know nowadays, because whatever. But it be smelling shit, pit. It be puddles of pit. I mean, it be activity. Man, you've seen some positions like you never seen and get the attempts of getting robbed. I mean, that's a whole bunch of dead bodies and shit. Sometimes it should be happening in the elevators too. Piss, shit. I mean, somebody threw up the party from last night type shit. It's like, it's a lot of events, It's like a danger in both sides in the senses, but the sense of safety, that that power of the Most High, like guiding you. You carrying that light, but it ain't no fear. It's like you already know. Some people, like me, I'm from Jamaica, Queens. It's like, well, I've been through some shit. It's like, but going through the stairwells, right? Going through the steps. I mean, taking your time, going up the steps and shit, right? To get to your destination. Sometimes the elevator be closed down. Your people's is always up on the 22nd floor and shit. Like, man, but you gotta take the steps, But, you gotta take the steps, because the elevator, yeah, you get there fast and shit. Sometimes it's some activities and shit, but there's a safety, it's a guard to it, right? But sometimes, something happens, shit fall. It's like the steps is where you get to know yourself. You meet people along the way. You see some activities and shit. You know which way to go and not to go. You know what steps not to take and shit like that. You learn. Sometimes you get pushed back. Sometimes you gotta fight to stay up the steps and shit like that to get to the door and open the door. Sometimes that shit's locked. Sometimes you gotta go up the steps to go around the steps to go to the other side and shit like that. And maybe sometimes the buildings connect. And, you gotta jump over the roof and it's a whole bunch of shit. But overall, when you take the scenic route, you will see the goodness in you when you go through maneuvering all that bullshit that goes with the steps, climbing up the steps. I mean, taking the time to get up the steps because it does take help. It does take the expansion of your lungs. It does take the elevation and the regulation of your breath because it's going to change the higher you go. It's not hoity-toity. It's just breathing, breathing away from the shit that you used to, got used to, was comfortable with. But at the same time, you got to get to that door. No matter how high it is, how long the fucking elevator taking, or even if the elevator looking kind of real good right there, you just know what goes on inside of it when it's packed up, when it's uncomfortable, it's too hot, there's piss and shit in the corner, you don't want to stand there and look at it and stare at it and like that. It's just, take the scenic route. Sometimes you get those spots in the corner, you can stay still for a little bit, drink some water. Sometimes you might just watch a waterfall just pass through because you're taking the steps, Sometimes you run into some people that tell you about a waterfall and then you so happen to walk into it. You learn lessons along the way taking the steps, Take your time. Take it easy. Know what the Most High got. Traffic going. Bye.